Well, thank you. So we've been visiting with Gloria LaRiva from the Party for Socialism and Liberation. Gloria, you were the Socialist Party for Socialism and Liberation candidate for president?
Yes, I was candidate for president in 2008 with the intention of our reaching out across the country, and not with any illusion about getting anywhere in vote-wise, but to reach out to people who know that there has to be something more than working all your life and finding yourself without health care and losing your home. So we reached a great audience across the country, and were able to come to Tennessee, for example, and Kentucky, and we're now traveling here in this region not only to see Ramon Lavanino, but to see what kind of support can be built for him in this area.
And you were also a founder of the National Committee to Free the Cuban Five, is that correct?
Yeah, in 2001, in June, the Cuban Five were convicted of all the counts that they were charged with in Miami. And within days of their conviction, we began a committee. We sent a call out on the internet to people and got support from everywhere, on every continent, and of course in the United States. And since that time, in the 8 years of our existence, we've collected $50,000 to put a one-day full-page ad in the New York Times. We have put up huge billboards in Los Angeles, San Francisco, held marches in Washington. We've done quite a lot, and have gotten the case of the Cuban Five known to wider circles. We get a lot of law school presentations done. The attorneys, the defense team is working very, very hard at this moment to bring the case before the U.S. Supreme Court. So I think that it's been 10 years of their imprisonment, and it's a very long time in their lives. It's a long time in their kids' lives, in the lives of the Cuban people. When you go to Cuba, their presence is everywhere. There's billboards, television. Every Cuban and tourists become quite aware of who the Cuban Five are. And yet the country where they're imprisoned in the United States, it's not known. The media has kept it pretty quiet. The U.S. government has branded them as criminal. And so the work of support movements like our committee and the Committee to Free the Cuban Five is essential to show that they have support. That means a great, great deal. And we know that they will become a household word like many other people who fought for freedom, like Nelson Mandela and others. We know that they'll be free.
And if people would like to, Ramon is in Pine Knot, Kentucky right now in a federal... Yes. If people would like to support Ramon, how can they support him, and how can they support the Cuban Five?
Well, they can get in touch with us. You know, they can write to us to freethefive.org.
Freethefive.org.
Freethefive.org, and five is spell five. Mm-hmm. And we can, give them all the information they need, the support they need from us, so that they can start a new committee or an organization, whatever they want to work, as long as they support us, and we truly need their support. In any way people can support the Five is very much welcome.
And also, for example, they get letters. The Five write and speak English, so you can write them in English or Spanish. And letters are very, very helpful. It's really interesting because they have a lot of respect among their inmates in prison. They're known as political prisoners, which is very, very unusual in the prison system. And people of all different backgrounds in the prison have become close to them. And, for example, a lot of the men in the prison in Kentucky call Ramon Comandante out of respect for, Fidel Castro, and so they call him Comandante. He has they really look to him for advice too. Mm-hmm. It's very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Well, Gloria, is there anything else you'd like to say about the Cuban Five?
Free the Cuban Five.
All right.
Free the Cuban Five, and justice for them, and also apply the justice to the real criminals, to the real terrorists who are walking free in Miami.
Yeah. And there's a lot of video, radio interviews. Everything is on our website, freethefive.org. Thank you very much, Chris.
Thank you.
Thank you.